A big year at the box office just wrapped with ticket sales exceeding $9 billion. That is the biggest gain since the pandemic. Movie man Erik Childress, the founder of Movie Madness podcast, is standing by. Erik, what 3 films were the most profitable?
In third place, one half of the biggest phenomenon of the year, Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, grossing over $952 million and still climbing. It also carried a budget of $100 million and is one of the biggest R-rated releases ever. Not bad for a 3-hour biopic in the middle of summer. Of course, opening on the same day was Greta Gerwig's Barbie, the highest grossing film of the year with over $1.44 billion worldwide. It is the 11th highest grossing domestic release of all time and just the 14th film to gross $600 million in North America. But its $145 million budget knocks it back just enough for the Super Mario Bros. Movie to have the biggest profit margin of the year. $1.36 billion, not far behind Barbie, but with also a budget of just $100 million. Nearly $575 million of that was made here at home, and between that and Oppenheimer, made for a very strong year for Universal Studios.
Warner Brothers was certainly the star of the year with blockbuster films, but what happened at Disney in 2023? Tell us about the biggest losers of the year. We know that Disney's Haunted Mansion made that list. What else?
Now, the third biggest loser at that moment is, again, Disney's animated holiday offering, Wish. The film failed to charm critics, and families already had a Trolls movie and Wonka candy to save for. Now, the $200 million production has grossed just $176 million to date. Then it was unfortunate to see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny come up really short. $383 million worldwide, but the lowest grossing of the franchise, with a still hearty $174 million domestic. But pandemic delays and an escalated budget of a reported $295 million was just way too much for this entertaining entry to overcome. But the biggest loser of the year turned out to be Marvel and Disney's The Marvels. Reshoots helped drive this cost up to $270 million. It did not even gross $85 million domestic, making it the lowest grossing film in the entire Marvel universe, and it only added another $121 million worldwide. Don't let anyone try to convince you that this was not a financial disaster, which helped cap off one of the worst theatrical years in Disney's history.
What's on the schedule right now, and how much of a role did the writers and actors strike play in film studio delays and decisions?
Well, the strikes have put a momentary crunch on the number of releases we are likely to see in 2024, but that could also mean that certain films will benefit greatly from the lack of competition. Original animation did not do great in 2023, but next summer Disney and Pixar hope for a reset with Inside Out 2, the sequel to one of their very best films, and actually the next film on their schedule all the way until June. A few weeks later, you just can't bet against Despicable Me 4. All the films in that series have been big successes, and while comic book films are on the outs, Deadpool 3, if it sticks with its summer date, should likely draw in its fans pairing Ryan Reynolds with the return of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Disney also has the sequel to their CGI Lion King remake, Mufasa, directed by Barry Jenkins, hitting theaters next December, which should be a massive hit. Personally, I am looking forward to George Miller's Furiosa, a Mad Max saga next May. That's the film that should have anyone who saw Fury Road saying, "Take my money."
Ah, you like that one. Thank you, Erik.
Thank you, Angie.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.